I'm Marissa.
And I'm Kylie.
Please stand for the pledge.
There were a lot of costumes last week for Halloween. Some were good, some were bad. Take a look.
Costumes.
So I'm a rainbow.
No!
I am a bubblegum machine.
Costumes. I'm steampunk. I'm Scooby-Doo.
I am one of the twins from The Shining.
Costume.
I am a dead dancer.
Halloween may have been last week, but does not mean we still can't find some ghosts.
We're about to be going hunting ghosts in Dunston. Let's go over to the gym.
I hear there's supposed to be ghosts in the boys' locker room in Dunston. Apparently it's like super scary. There's tons of sightings there. Like the lights just turn off and on. It's supposed to be super supernatural. People have like weird fears and stuff.
Dude,
I also hear like
scary.
Hall.
Oh my god. What the? Wait, what?
We're here in the boys' locker room of the gym, and we're looking for ghosts, and I'm pretty sure one's in the shower over here. I'm not sure though. Jeez, dude, oh my god. We're pretty sure there's a ghost behind here. Let's check. There's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing. Oh my god. What was that? What was that? Wait, what was that? Check over here. There's nothing over here. There's nothing over here. What's going on? Over here. Oh, it's gotta be that locker. It's gotta be that locker. Let's check, let's check. Let's check. What the? Go. Okay, I'm reading it right now. We're getting crazy readings. We gotta get out of here. Dude, oh my god. Now that we're in the lunchroom, we can finally sit down and talk about Mr. Ghost. We gotta go. Let's go. Guys, we're about to see Mr. Ghost and his experience with ghosts. Okay, Mr. Ghost, do you have any ghost encounters at Dunston?
Yeah, I do. Matter of fact, first year here, I was cleaning up the locker room one day, and all of a sudden the toilet flushed, so I walked over there real quick to see what was there, nothing there. Then the lights went out. And I'm like, all right, who's messing with me? Somebody's trying to scare me. Well, I walked around, nobody there. All of a sudden the toilet flushed again. Lights went out again, and there's still nobody there. So then, of course, I walked around real quick, didn't see anything, and then I see a little shadow going around the corner, and I'm thinking, okay, who was this? Who was it? And I ran out the back door of the locker room, and nobody was there. So now I stood, and then I walked back in and stood in the middle of the locker room, and I went, what is going on here? And then the toilet flushed again. And I'm going, okay, I am going home now. I've had enough of this stuff messing with me. So I went home, and the next day I was telling everybody, and they're like, oh yeah, the toilet flushes here all the time. And I said, well, yeah, but what about the lights shutting off? They couldn't answer me, and I couldn't answer it either. So for the next week, I was nervous. I was just scared that, you know, what's going on here? It was really weird. So that's my story.
Oh my gosh, get in. Oh my gosh. This whole school is on here. Oh my god! We gotta go. Go open the door, Go. Alright guys, Dunstan's really haunted. We've seen a ghost in the elevator, the locker rooms, even got an interview from Yoster Ghoster, and even in the cafeteria.
Did you know teachers actually have a life outside of school? Robbie asked a few teachers what they do after school.
What do teachers do after school once all the students leave?
What do you do after school once all the students leave?
After the students leave, I turn out all the lights, go to my back room, and play board games by myself.
Cool. What do you do after school once all the students leave?
Well, while I'm still here at school, I do grading and planning for the next day. But then once I leave school and go home, I go work out.
What do you do after school once all the students leave?
What do teachers do when you children leave the area? First of all, I'll probably do a little bit of grading, check my emails, get my meal in, my 5th meal I think of the day, get my pre-workout in, get ready to go to the gym. How's that sound?
What do you do after school once all the students leave?
You know, every once in a while, when the last student's gone out through the door, I like to track down a couple of my bandmates, and sometimes we'll go over there to the old instrument room, Mr. Cavalier and Mrs. Holly's room, and we'll get together and we'll jam, and we'll practice for the greatest band ever, Infinite Campus.
What's in the box?
That's perfect.
Is it like a head massager thing?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is it a balloon? Yeah.
Yeah. How about
Ew!
a tissue with hand sanitizer?
Close, but
Slime?
no.
This is so gross.
It's close to hand sanitizer, but not hand sanitizer.
Lotion?
Yeah. Six now.
Okay. Is it an eraser? Like for whiteboards?
Correct. Maya.
I don't even. Is this like a sweater?
No.
A scarf?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a paper plate.
There's more to it. Is that ketchup? No. School supply. Oh my god, it's glue? No. It's not? Ew, I feel like crumbs. Ew. Come on, Tucker. Is it ranch? No. No. Do you want us to tell you or do you want to keep guessing? Guessing.
It's for art projects.
Oh my god, it's pink. Thanks for watching. There were a lot of fun activities across the school last week. Take a look. In Mr. Menard's pre-engineering class, students were building their solar cars to race later this week.
So Ashley is going to be placing Mr. Monkey into his final resting place in his sarcophagus.
Miss Elder's students learned what it took to mummify someone.
Have someone come up to present it. You can have the whole group come up, or you can have one person come up. That is up to you.
Miss Lunt had her students create cupcakes to participate in Cupcake Wars. Dia de los Muertos was celebrated in Miss Dink's Spanish class.
And your team champion with 86 team points, the Dunstan Patriots.
Cross Some students held a tug-of-war match to test forces of motion. Also, Dunstan Middle School proudly presents Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, a comedy all about mix-ups, gossip, mistaken identities, and true loves. Its shows are on November 8th and 9th from 6 to 7:15 p.m. in the Dunstan Cafeteria/Auditorium. Tickets are $5 and sold at the door. Recently, several Dunstan teachers were awarded a grant from Green Mountain High School to use to enhance their classrooms. Take a look.
They came to us and said there was an innovation grant where there was thousands of dollars that we could start programs that would help support Green Mountains Academy. Essentially what the grant did was it allowed us to buy these 8 Lego Mindstorms EV3 robots, and it also got us some software that we have installed on some computers and iPads that allows the students to, they have several different problems that they have to solve with robots, and so these robots allow kids to actually build and program robots to solve problems. And then in class we also then research real robots that do similar things to what the kids are designing in class.
I got a grant for computer science. Mr. Sturkey and I applied to the Green Mountain Area Pathway Grants, Innovation Grant, and for computer science. So the grant we received also aligns with the high school STEM pathway, and so we're working on our computer science program so that it can feed right into Green Mountain High School's STEM computer science program.
So the grant that I applied for was for microbits, and microbits are basically these little programmable chips. I initially got the idea for the microbits from Green Mountain High School because they lent us a big tub of them that they weren't using anymore, and the students loved it so much after just messing around with a week that I decided to give the grant a try. And after just a couple days of playing with them, they loved it. They were loving seeing their code go from a website to an actual physical object. So to be able to see that change, or see that process of going from the programming to an actual object, and whether it was something simple like LED lights or an actual game where they're pressing buttons, or the robots, I could definitely see the light in my students' eyes light up. Then from there, 2x2 square could really change my classroom. More than just teaching code, they were actually able to see that code come to life, and that really innovated my room, really took it from just a simple programming class to an extraordinary class. And then the other part of it is, because these came from Green Mountain, I knew that what we were doing in my class would perfectly align with what they are doing at the high school level. So being able to introduce it in 7th and 8th grade prepares them for what they're doing at the high school level.
So we actually decided to apply for the grant in the Green Mountain Innovation Grant.
So the reason we wanted to get the grant was because we thought it was really important for our community to be educated about recycling. Also, the school has such a wealth of things that we can recycle. We have a dumpster that wasn't used to the full capacity. Educating the staff and the students, we now use it to the full capacity. And also just for our community, so we can educated you guys can actually go home and actually spread the word about recycling.
The grant was actually a huge help for us starting off the Dunstan chapter of TSA, so the Technology Student Association. There's 4 of us now, actually. So myself, Mr. Kenny, Mr. Starkey, and Ms. Goldar. And so the 4 of us have an after-school club that we sponsor. And so the grant money, for me specifically, we used some of the money for some of the parts for something like this, which is called a Sea Perch. Really try to incorporate a lot of leadership, problem solving, team building, and that sort of thing in our clubs. And it was mostly just to kind of get us off and going.
again to another Council's Corner. I'm Heavenly.
And I'm Freya. We would like to take a moment to thank all of the 6th and 7th graders who came to the social. We hope you enjoyed.
And we would also like to give a special thanks to all the teachers who helped out. We really appreciate it.
Now, Student Council tried their best to make the social great. But we understand if it wasn't perfect.
We are sending out a Google form for everyone, including you 8th graders, to fill out. There are questions about the social and how to make it better.
And if you have any ideas for the upcoming Spirit Week, along with that a question about the energy challenge, we only have 2 weeks left.
Your advised teacher will have gotten the link in just a second. You'll see the link below.
Remember, unplug any devices that you aren't using, and despite what you might think, you only need 1 bank of lights.
Teachers, please remember to turn off your lights when you leave the classroom.
And this is Council's Corner. Signing off.
Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful week, Dunston Patriots.
Second diagram. On your second diagram, what we have